Riding motorcycles of all shapes and sizes has always been a passion of mine, and being a salesman from various industries at the same time has given me a bit of a reputation in the local riding community here in the islands of Cebu. Now, part of my job is getting to meet people from all walks of life, and I always include motorcycles as small talk to make things a bit exciting when conversing to another person. Alright, this video is not about me or about Cebu's riding scene, but rather about two questions that I often get from people that find motorcycles interesting and would like to go into it. Now, these are the questions that I get most of the time. What bike do I get as a beginner? And the second one is, how to become better at it? Now, before I tell you my answers to those questions, take note I am not a professional motorcycle rider. I'm just a regular guy who likes bike. That's it. Okay, answer to question number one is simple. Get a cheap, small motorcycle. Why? Because starting small and working your way up is better than starting big and ending up being too overwhelmed, losing a lot of money, or worse, getting hurt. Now, when I say small, I mean that you start with something cheap and extremely manageable for you to learn on. Something like a 125cc commuter or maybe a 4-stroke dirt bike. Now, whatever really, as long as it has a manual transmission. Never get a full auto scooter because that can be learned quickly. Start with something with a clutch. Familiarize yourself with the bike that you have and how to operate the clutch, how shifting feels, how the brakes work, balance while maneuvering, managing the throttle, and so many more things, and so on and so forth. And the reason why I recommend cheap bikes, because crashing one while still practicing doesn't hurt as much as trashing a high-end two-wheeled fire breather. Also, I would like to point out that if you know how to ride a bicycle, then moving to a motorcycle is so much easier. If you don't know how to ride a bicycle, then I suggest that you start with that first. Then, once you've mastered the bicycle, then it's the time that you work your way to a motorcycle. Alright, answer to question number two might surprise you, but a lot of pro riders will tell you the same thing. And that is to start in the dirt. Why? Riding off-road teaches you a lot of things, from dealing with different conditions such as uneven surfaces, throttle control, how your suspension reacts, your body positioning, brake management, traction, and the list goes on. Learning to ride off-road also enhances your reflexes in dealing with different situations that nature throws at you. On top of that, it is a lot safer to practice off-road because you don't have to deal with traffic and ruthless motorists. And of course, riding off-road is way more fun, in my opinion. Now, the reason for this is the same as learning any new skill. You have to start with basics, and mastering the basics is what really matters. Practice, take your time, and don't let your ego get the best of you. Nobody buys their first bike and becomes a champion racer or a wheelie-popping hooligan overnight. And never give in to peer pressure as a beginner. So, those are my answers to those two questions. Now, if you are an aspiring motorcyclist, I hope you found this very insightful, and I hope you will have an enjoyable motorcycle riding experience. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. As always, hope to see you next time. Bye.